Hi everybody, welcome back to another video, another episode of just talking about books. Today we are doing another reading challenge. It's been a while since I last did a reading challenge. The last one that I did was letting the wheel choose how many pages I read per day for the entire week, and I enjoyed doing that challenge, but it was like some days it was so hard, and also because I was like moving and packing while I was filming that video, so it was a bit hard. But today I'm gonna even challenge myself to a harder challenge, which is trying to read for 24 hours. I mean, I'm not gonna torture myself in reading like for 24 hours like continuously. I actually will divide the vlog into like 2 days where each day I read 12 hours straight. That's the goal because I need my sleep. Today's Friday, so this vlog can, take up the entire weekend. I think I'm gonna read for 2 hours ish today. So that's gonna be 22 hours divided by 2 days. That means that I have to read approximately 11 hours each on Saturday and Sunday. So this vlog will take up my entire weekend. So let's spend the entire weekend reading and doing fun stuff together. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna start on Friday and then end the vlog hopefully on Sunday. Hopefully it's not gonna be like a 1-hour vlog. I try to keep this like in the sweet spot between like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. We'll see how that goes. I will give you a bit of a rundown of the books that I want to finish in this vlog. The books that I'm reading now is Red Rising by Pierce Brown on my ebooks reader. So I think I would definitely want to finish that book in this vlog. This book has 577 pages and I'm on page 84, like not even a fifth into the book. So we will be finishing this book in this vlog and I can give you a bit of a review at the end of the vlog or at the end whenever I finish this book. And then I have 4 physical copies that I want to finish or at least attempt to finish, but I don't think I'm gonna read like 5 books in 24 hours. That's gonna be insane. So the 2 kind of hardback copies that I definitely want to finish would be All the Other Mothers Hate Me. I think this is gonna be a pretty quick read. This is in fact my library read, so I do need to finish this book and then I could return this book next week. So yeah, it's a true crime thriller mystery story, so hopefully it's gonna fly by pretty quickly. And then this beautiful cover, Greta and Valdin. This is what I picked up from my local library I think like a month ago. This screams summer read to me, but I haven't gotten a chance to get to it. It's like 300-ish pages, so pretty ambitious, but I think I could definitely finish this book. And then, I mean, that's already like 3 books, 2.5 to 0.75 books already. If I am like very good, I could finish all these before the vlog ends. Then I have 2 options to choose from for my next book. This is my 3rd attempt to try to read this book, and I think I should pick up this book next, George Orwell's 1984. I want to have a bit of a diversity in terms of genre, so we have a classic. And then this is the one that I picked up the other day, The 40 Rules of Love, and another love story, so probably a pretty easy read. I don't know what this is about. It's printed very small though, so I don't know how this is gonna go. And apparently it's like 400-ish, 360 pages. Also, this is a Penguin book. I don't know which collection of Penguin books it comes from, so probably like modern classic or not classic, definitely not classic. It looks beautiful with the foiling and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish all these books in this vlog, but we'll see. I think we could start the challenge now. I think that's gonna be cheating a little bit, but it's fine. It's my vlog. I make the rules. Okay, ignore my iPad. It died. This is just too many obstacles to do in this vlog. Have my phone with me, change whatever device that I'm filming on. For some reason, my phone only has 23 hours, 55 minutes, and 55 seconds. I guess that still counts, isn't it? See, that's the mode that I have. So let's go. Is it going? Yeah, there we go. 23 hours, 55 minutes, and counting. Okay. I'll be reading Red Rising on my e-reader, and I'll catch you probably later tonight on how many pages we've read and how many hours we've read. Hi guys, it's a lot later in the day. I finished showering and everything, and I've been sitting here reading for the past, I think, 45 minutes, half an hour. We have 23 hours and 20 minutes left. So it's been like an hour or so of reading, so that's good. And I think I will be reading tonight for the next an hour and a half. We'll like wake up super early tomorrow, hopefully at like 7:30, so that we could read as much as possible before I crash out. I also think we might visit the library tomorrow and also read for a second at the library, just to change up the sceneries, and I need to be outside, you know what I mean? So that's the update so far. In terms of Red Rising, I am on page 134 and it's been going great. This is the type of dystopian that I did not see coming. This is the first book that I've read that's so like dystopian but also like high fantasy. I can clearly see like the dedication and commitment that Pierce Brown had towards his books. And the first chapter though, I would say it was so hard to read, because this like world building, this world that Pierce Brown built was so intricate and has so many layers that it took me a while to understand like all of the system, all of the acronyms, abbreviations, all of those stuff. But I think I get it. I think I get it now. Okay, I have an update. For those of you who don't know, Red Rising, it is about this caste system that is based on colors. So reds are at the bottom of the totem pole, and then you have golds that dominate over other colors. So the protagonist in the story is a red, a lower red to be specifically, and he spent his entire life in the mines digging and trying to earn this title of a laurel, I think that's how you pronounce it, which basically grants you access to more food and just more like basic necessities, but to them are not necessities, to them are like privileges and luxuries. He found out this lie that is basically told to him his entire life about how the Reds are pioneers to keep digging and keep mining this, I think, chemical called helium-3, basically to help make Mars more habitable for other colors to follow them through. The Reds, they view this work of minings and being in the mines and digging as something very honorable. And one thing about society that there is that obedience is the highest virtue. So Reds, especially the protagonist, his name is Darrow, he always believes up until this moment in time that being obedient is expected and it's something that everybody should follow, until he found out that his entire life is just a lie and that he is in fact not a pioneer. Every single other Reds are slaves to the golds, to the coppers, the yellows, the pinks, the greens. Basically every other colors have already gone up ground, but the Reds still stay underground because they have to dig and to have to basically live in the mines. And so we follow him basically through his journey of being reborn, because he is now being tasked with a mission of infiltrating the gold system, trying to lead their army, trying to climb up the rank as a gold himself, and then get revenge for all the other Reds. And so he recently underwent this surgery to change everything about him. And this detail in this book reminds me a lot about the Uglies. He got his hair changed, he got his eyeballs like removed and replaced with a pair of golden eyeballs, which sounds so fancy. But anyway, he has such a hilarious attitude to him that I was like, I don't know, I love him. This is just like such a, like, even a mirror image of today's society, if I do say so myself, with like the caste system and the color system was very, very interesting, and I think very, very realistic. Even though we don't have like greens and pinks and blues and reds, but we do have like black people, white people, Asian people. So far I'm like really much enjoying it. So we are, I think, almost an hour into the challenge of reading, because he's like being educated on like the manners of a gold. Like he has to act a certain way, eat a certain way, talk a certain way, and at this point he's like Quote, now the key to dining like an Orient, which is like a gold, is to eat slowly. And also, if you must urinate or defecate during the meal, you hold it in. Controlling one's bodily function is expected of an Orient. Okay, so that's the other person who's like educating and coaching him told him. And then this is what Daryl said. So, these namby-pamby gold browns aren't allowed to shit, and when they do, I wonder, does it come out gold? And I was just like, oh my god, that's just so hilarious. He's just like hilarious. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning. It's currently 8:30 and I've been up since 7:30 because I wanted to read a little bit more. So yeah, it's officially 4 hours of reading and I have 20 hours left to go, which is, I don't know, this is starting to seem overwhelming and intimidating than I would like for it to be. I am reading Red Rising and I am like halfway through the book already. I'm page 273. So far it's been very interesting. The protagonist, Darrow, he's part of the Golds now and he just enlisted himself in this academy that trains Golds to become like basically generals, people who lead the army. He recently got accepted into House of Mars, which very fitting. There are other houses like House of Jupiter, House of Mercury. Those are all influenced by Greek gods and goddesses, which I thought was very interesting. Different houses, they have to kind of defend their own tower and their own castle. So each house is stationed at a different place with different like territories. Some are in the highlands, some are in the lowlands, some have mountains around them. It was like a very strategic game to defend their tower, but also try to conquer other houses and empires. Basically, there are different tests throughout the academy to teach and to educate these Golds on how to become like ruthless, evil basically, and be very merciless with even their own kin and their own people. Darrow, the protagonist, he's trying to become something called the Primus, which I think is like the head of the house, like a leader basically, so that he can ascend to like other ranks and other titles, so like climb the ladder basically. So yeah, that's very interesting. I think I'll be reading for the next couple of hours and then I think we'll take a break from that, go do laundry, go study a bit because I do have to narrow down my PhD school list this week and then, you know, go from there. So yeah, I'll check back in a couple of hours and then we'll see how my mental state will be like then. It's been 16 hours and 46 minutes, so it's like a bit over 8 hours or almost 8 hours of reading. And I am now on page 485 out of 577 of Red Rising. And okay, so far this book is so hilarious. I just like kept literally like cracking out loud. I know I shouldn't be like smiling and giggling and feeling like this is hilarious because they're literally in a war and having to fight themselves and each other to win and to, you know, secure the place in society, and it's pretty gruesome. There were moments that were so hilarious in the midst of like war and torture and just like fighting and violence. It creates this very weird and but interesting atmosphere to the story where it's not always serious all the time. There are moments of human connection, affection, and also like funny and just like, oh my god, it was so funny. And I love how the main protagonist, he is learning how to become a leader, learning how to rule as a leader that's well respected and that is worshipped almost by his followers. We will be reading for 30 minutes and 45 minutes and then we will maybe head out to Starbucks or go to the library. So far so good. Okay, it's more of a 4-star, 4.25 stars. I feel like there is another plot twist coming. So yeah, that might increase or decrease the ratings. Okay guys, we're outside going to grab a Starbucks, but I thought I would give you a bit of an update. So it's 16 hours and 15 minutes left in terms of this reading challenge. Okay, we just got back from a little stroll and we got this Starbucks. Isn't she beautiful? This is a venti iced matcha latte with 2 extra scoops of the matcha powder, and then I did light ice on this one, and then also 3 pumps of the classic syrup and the brown sugar cold foam. And in my opinion, I mean, I don't know why, but the Starbucks at my local area, they just changed their matcha powder. This is a bit too bitter for me. I would have loved for it to be a little bit sweeter. And then we also got a donut. This is, I think, the maple donut. Yeah, so that's the maple syrup. It doesn't look a lot pretty. In terms of time, I have 15 hours and 51 minutes left. So after finishing this snack, I will be reading, and I'll catch you maybe later tonight, and then we can talk. I knew this is coming. Oh my god, I didn't see. Oh my god, oh my god. This is crazy plot twist. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I am on page 526 out of 577. Second to last chapter. What? What the heck? We are reading the last chapter. That could have been deadly. We are reading the last chapter of Red Rising together. I feel like I'm not prepared for this, but you're gonna see my live reaction in real time. Chapter 44, Rise. Okay. Okay, that's not much of a cliffhanger, but I like that. I like that. I'm done. I'm done. 15 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, let's pick out the next book together, shall we? In terms of books, I was thinking of All the Other Mothers Hate Me or Greta and Valdin. Let's see what the first sentence is so that we could maybe decide. Okay. Okay, there's a list of characters in this book. Okay, I think I need to take a break from the thrill and constant action and, mystery thriller aspect of it all. So I think we will be reading this book. So yeah, and then after finishing this book, I might get to this book. And then we'll see about these two. I was hoping I could at least start on George Orwell's 1984, but we'll see. And then yeah, I'll be happy if I can finish 3 books in this vlog. I'll see you in a second. I think I'll continue reading now, and then we'll talk. Okay guys, I am reading Greta and Valdin. I took off the dust jacket because it's just annoying to read with the dust jacket on. But I'm on page 19 and I feel like my brain is kind of frying off a little bit. This is just too much. I mean, this is a nice break from the very, very detailed and complex world building of Red Rising, but still, it's like reading like 2 books back to back. And this book after Red Rising, this is feeling a little bit too much. I don't know. I'm just I keep thinking about Darrow and his mission. Keep reading, but so far, please know that I'm pushing myself, but my brain is frying off. Okay, hi guys. It's a lot later. I am reading Greta and Valdin, and I'm not on page 136. I just don't know why, but I've been reading a lot of funny books recently. I know that this book is about a family, and the way that the dad communicates and talks and interacts with his children, especially the daughter, is just so funny, and just he's so Gen Z coded. I don't know why, but something about him so hilarious. I am reading a scene where he met Greta, which is his daughter, and Greta's friend, which is Rashmika. Greta, she's a PhD student, and her dad is actually a professor in biology, I think specializing in fungi and microbiology, things like that. She looks up and she saw her dad. Quote, he's holding a cardboard filling box and standing with a man with a very friendly round face. And they're with Greta's friend, who is Rashmika. And Rashmika says, "Sup, Dr. L," Dr. L, which is Greta's dad. And Greta's dad respond, "Ah, sup, Master's Candidate R." And I don't know why, but that just cracks me up so much. I don't know, this is just so funny, the way that they interact. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so funny. We have 12 hours and 25 minutes left. So officially halfway through the challenge, or almost halfway through the challenge. I'm going well. I've been enjoying this book. It's very funny. It's very easy to fly through. It's very ordinary. You know, I mean, nothing's happening much, but I actually enjoyed that. And actually a break from the action-filled pages of Red Rising. Somehow, coincidentally, I've just been reading funny books. I have 11 hours and 20 minutes left of the challenge, and I'm now on page 198 of Greta and Valdin, so like that much into the book. I think I'm gonna take a pause to the reading. We will be waking up a lot earlier tomorrow's morning to try to read more. I have like 11 hours left, but it's been going great. My brain is kind of frying off a little bit, but it's fine. At least this book is very funny. So yeah, I'm excited, and I think I could finish this book in like an hour or an hour and a half tomorrow's morning. I was planning if I get up at 6:30 then we could, you know, finish this book at around 8, and then we could start the next book, and I think it's gonna be the final book. We'll see if I could finish another book tomorrow after I finish this one. I'm hoping that maybe I could finish another book, but I don't know what genre I should read. I was thinking that we could read the other like thriller, true crime, mystery book that I have. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow morning early. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning, and I did not wake up at 6:30 a.m. this morning. It was just a lot, and I also was not sleeping very well last night, so I ended up waking up at 8:30 instead of 6:30, and I feel like I deserve that 2 hours of sleep. I think this will not be a 2 days vlog, it's gonna be a 3 days vlog. I know that's kind of cheating, but I don't care. I'm gonna read until Monday instead of ending the vlog on Sunday. We are at 10 hours and 32 minutes left from today's challenge, and I have been reading Greta and Valdin kind of loosely because I was just talking to my mom like earlier, but we're on page 201 now, so that's good. I tried to finish this book this morning, and then we can pick up another book this afternoon and evening and on Monday. The goal is to finish another book, so we'll see. And then if I have time, if I have energy and some brain cells left, we can start on George Orwell's 1984. But yeah, that's the goal. So I'll catch you in a second when I finish this book, and we can talk about some thoughts. Okay, I finished Greta and Valdin. It was a good story in terms of family. This family is so funny, but they care about each other so deeply. At the end, I just didn't know, because somehow their parents are polygamous. I don't know, it's just so weird. Like the ending, I don't know who's like with who. It was just a lot. Yeah, I think it was a solid 3.5 stars. In terms of time, 8 hours and 15 minutes left. So I think I'm gonna be picking out my next book. Sorry, we're doing laundry today, so it's a lot not tidy as much. Okay, we have two options in terms of books to read. We have George Orwell's 1984. Let's see. So this is approximately 326 pages. This is 367. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna read this book just because I feel like if I read 1984 for a reading challenge where I feel like I have to like finish it in this challenge, I might rushed it and ended up missing or leaving out important details and not enjoying this book as much as I would have if I read it in my own time and my own pace. So we're reading this book. All the Other Mothers Hate Me. It is a crime story, as you can see. So let me read you the blurb on the dust jacket of the book. Florence Grimes is a 31-year-old party girl who always takes the easy way out. Single, broke, and unfulfilled after the humiliating end to her girl band career, she has only one reason to get out of bed each day, her 10-year-old son, Dylan. But then Alfie Risby, her son's bully and the heir to a vast frozen food empire, mysteriously vanishes during a class trip, and Dylan becomes the prime suspect. Florence, for one, is faced with a task she can't quit. She's got to find Alfie and clear her son's name or risk losing Dylan forever. The only problem? Florence has no useful skills, let alone investigative ones, and all the other school mobs hate her. And Florence has a reason to suspect Dylan might not be as innocent as she'd like to believe. Hilarious and twisted, purposive and furious, All the Other Mothers Hate Me is the must-read book of the year. So that sounds like a book that might be an easy read and a very addicting one. So we'll do that. Sorry, but has anyone ever noticed like there are so many coincidences in books? I'm reading this book, right? And I saw Vanity Fair being mentioned at the beginning of the book as a magazine that some character in the book is working for. And then I just saw the name Greta, and that's literally one of the main characters in Greta and Valdin, which is the book that I just finished. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a Google sign, you know, like angel number or whatever sign, but that's I cannot help but notice. That might be silly, but that needs to be reported, because what are the odds of picking this book instead of 10,000 other books at the library, and also having those two names being brought up in the same book? Those are the names from two different books from two different genres. Like one is like a classic and one is a relatively revolutionary liberal book. But yeah, so far so good. We're like setting the scene. We're meeting Florence, which is the mom, and her son Dylan, and we're learning about her situation with other moms at Dylan's school. It just mentioned the names and I thought I would bring that up. Hey guys, it is the evening and we have 4 hours and 39 minutes left. So I think I will read for the next an hour or so, and that should get me down to 3 hours and 40 minutes ish, and then we will finish that tomorrow. I'm hoping that maybe we could get up a bit early tomorrow and read for half an hour before going to work, and then I'll try to finish the challenge tomorrow's evening. But we have a very special package coming tomorrow, so I will be unboxing my new camera with you and also testing out the setup, and hopefully I'll be able to use that camera for the next vlog, which is I think the Onyx Storm reading vlog. So I'll be finally finishing, or at least finishing up to now, the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros, so that's gonna be interesting. But in terms of this book that I'm reading, I'm on page 115. I'm that much into the book, and so far it's not going as fast as I would like for it to be. We're still picking up momentum, and the spacing is kind of slow for my liking, but I feel like the story is gonna pick up real soon, so I'm excited for that. We do want to get to page 186, or at least like halfway through the book, so that we will finish this book tomorrow. I don't think I have time for another book, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the update. I did take a quick nap this afternoon, and that's why I still have so much time left. But I did take a nap because I was just like, my head was hurting from reading, and my reading pace definitely slows down significantly compared to the last day, just because we've been reading like back to back, like almost like 3 books already, so I'm kind of dozing off and zoning out a bit. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be nice doing this challenge once in a while, like once every month or once every 2 months. But if I am to do it every single week, then no, I will despise reading at the end of it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna continue reading and hopefully we can get to the halfway mark, and I'll catch you in a second. Okay, we're done. We're officially done with the 24-hour readathon, which it's a lot. To be honest, it's a lot of reading, and it's a lot of reading continuously. Also, if you've noticed, this is a new setup. This is a new setup that we have. It's like my new camera and everything. I already have the unboxing up and live on my TikTok, so if you're interested, I have that up and going. But yeah, we have a mic mini, and a tripod. Not a gimbal, not a tripod. A tripod is coming tomorrow. A whole setup, and I'm so excited. But anyway, going back to the book and the challenge, I finished the 24-hour readathon. We finished 3 books in the challenge, which is what I expected. We finished Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and I think that book was definitely a solid 4.25 stars. It is the first book in the trilogy or a series, so I'm excited to be reading other books from Pierce Brown. It was a very good dystopian, and I do have to say that beginning the book was kind of hard, and it took a lot of brain power to understand the world building and what was going on, because I think Pierce Brown created this entire world from scratch with like new nouns and adjectives and just like very, very fun but also complex things. But anyway, it was a very fun and thought-provoking read, and I feel like it speaks a lot to the caste system that we also have in our society based on the skin color and complexion. We also finished Greta and Valdin, and I gave that book a 3 stars, 3.25. We're still not sure, but I think more of a 3 stars, 2.75, 3 stars. Like I mentioned, the ending was a bit confusing because I don't know what's going on, but I appreciated the queer and homosexuality and the LGBTQ plus representation in the book, and I feel like it was just like a wholesome story about family. I don't know, it's just a very ordinary story, and sometimes ordinary stories are good, and they are it's such a palate cleanser after reading and finishing Red Rising, so that's good. And then I finished All the Other Mothers Hate Me, which it's more of a 2.5, 2.75. Okay, I enjoyed that book, but it was not as addicting as I thought it would be, but I did not see the plot twist coming, so that was good. We are currently reading George Orwell's 1984. So far, this one surprised me because even though this is a classic, it's surprisingly easy to read. I'm like, how many 38 pages into the book. Okay, it's printed very, very small in terms of the text. Yeah, it takes me a while to get to like 38 pages. The language was very easy to read. There's no like big words or whatever. I'm interested so far. I know this is more of a dystopian novel and fiction story similar to Pierce Brown, Red Rising, so I am beyond excited. So yeah, in 24-hour continuously, we read 3 books and started the 4th one, which is like amazing. Doing this once every month is good, not for every single week, because that was a lot of reading. I feel like I had a pretty good selection of genres, and I'm just excited. Okay, so that's a long rant, and thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this setup and just this vlog. If you would like me to do this more often, just let me know, and also give me some like recommendations and just like feedback on the quality of the video, whatever. If it looks a lot better, then just let me know. I'm curious. I've been wanting to upgrade my content in terms of quality for a while, And at first I was like, okay, let's buy a new, like a solid professional camera. But then I was like, okay, that's just too much, you know, $1,100 for a camera, a bit tight on budget. So I opted for the DJI Action 5 Pro, which is like an action camera, but I feel like it still does a pretty good job. I mean, I don't know, I'm testing it out. We'll have to see when I actually sit down and edit the footage to see if it actually shows up like 4K 24 frame per second and if it's like crisp and clear. But I know that the mic and the audio for sure will be crisp and clear. Okay, now it's tracking me. I also like got a new gimbal setup and everything, so I'm excited for vlogging. But my light died on me. So that means that we need to hurry up. Thank you for listening. I'll hopefully see you very soon with a new video. And until then, thank you. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy. Happy reading!